Today on Running to Him.
Failing to trust in God's promises will lead to disaster. And this is the devotion for 12/23. We will read through the Pentateuch until January, and today we read Numbers chapters 13 and 14, and we'll concentrate on Numbers 14, verses 1 through 4. Numbers 14, 1 through 4 says, "Then all the congregation lifted up their voices and cried, and the people wept that night. All the sons of Israel grumbled against Moses and Aaron, and the whole congregation said to them, 'Would that we had died in the land of Egypt, or would we had died in the wilderness? Why is the Lord bringing us into this land to fall by the sword? Our wives and our little ones will become plunder. Would it not be better for us to return to Egypt?' So they said to one another, 'Let us appoint a leader and return to Egypt.'" People tend to catastrophize situations that don't turn out as they believe they should. We see this phenomenon in children as well as adults, and the Israelites were very prone to this thinking because their hearts were filled with a promise when they saw the power that Moses and Aaron displayed in Egypt. There they were now, on the cusp of entering the promised land, and got a bad report from all but two spies who went into that land. Caleb and Joshua were the two spies that came in with the minority report. They begged the people not to rebel against God. Moses and Aaron also pleaded with people, but the die was cast. The people had gone too far. Now God told Moses and Aaron how he felt about their lack of trust in him. Moses and Aaron stepped in and begged God not to destroy the people on the spot. And this is where we sometimes get in trouble. We try putting human emotions on God and assume that he will do what we sometimes want to do. But God did place judgment on the people. Only two people who were aged 20 or higher, when the Israelites left Egypt, entered into the promised land. See Numbers 32, 11 and 12. But how can we apply the principle of believing God's promise when it comes to pass and not be like the Israelites? Many of us, maybe even all of us, regularly try to do things through our power and leave God out of our lives. We may believe it's God's will for us to do something, and then we try and get in the middle of how it's going to get done. We get in front of God and we try to do it ourselves rather than just trusting him to do it on his own time. There may also be unintended consequences through our trying to bring God's will into effect. For example, God might want us to go to the mission field, and we get so excited that instead of finding out if we should go to school before we leave, we might get to the field and discover that we don't have the training or the resources to accomplish God's goals. We need to be trusting of God. We must believe in his promises and his ability to accomplish them, but the only way we can know God well enough is to be in his word, fellowship with other believers, and constantly pray.
Thank you for listening. We pray that today's devotion was meaningful to you. We would love to hear from you. You can use either Facebook or YouTube to like, subscribe, share, and tell others about us. If you would like to contact us, you can reach me at phineasjacobus@runningtohim.net.